This is Red All Over live at Well after what was a festive big 3 points against the top 6 at home. Yes! So let's get straight to... Andy, 3 points, but not a convincing performance, I don't think. What do you think?
It wasn't. It were a bit worrying me in the first half because it looked like we didn't know how to control the ball. We were weak and pappy in defence. And we, at the start we were getting worse. We concede goals after 5 minutes. We've been conceding goals after 4 minutes. We were beating the Sens and conceding after 3 minutes. Same thing. Over right hand side, pappy, and it's a goal. And it's again, we're up against it. And then for most of the first half, we just couldn't control the ball. So many players were off it and not, we can't afford, or we couldn't afford to give Stevenage that amount of time. And to let them steamroll us in. In fairness, McAtee, what an outstanding goal! Absolutely outstanding. He's trying to take over from Adam Phillips as being the magician because that was absolutely magical for Christmas. Miracle on Grove Street, I'll tell you that. So that was brilliant. Second half, I'm thinking they're going to come at us. They'll come at us, and but we stood up to them a lot better in the second half. We got the ball. We passed it all right. When we went 2-1 up, we started rocking a little bit, and I'm still not sure what happened with third goal because I thought we'd scored. I thought we were winning 3-1, sat down, and
I think everyone thought we'd scored, including the old bench and the team.
What's going off? I thought whoever's doing the scoreboard needs to sort the Sens out and get it changed because they've not changed it. Anyway, it's nice to see you wearing festive glasses, that's one thing.
Obviously, yeah.
And what were even better, what really made my Christmas, were watching Joe Luke Beardsall in the half-time run. Joe, you keep saying that you go out training, you're running, you're doing thousands of miles for charity and all that. Get up, love. If you're that far behind everybody else, get all, love. It's not good for you. You're absolutely, what's the word I'm looking for? Rubbish.
You see, I think that's a bit harsh because as a fellow runner, I think Joe's a distance runner, and that we're all about pace.
I think his jeans were rubbing him.
Anyway, back to the game. Craig.
Rubbish! That's what I thought.
Craig, I thought their front three, particularly early, I mean, again, conceding after 4 minutes is such a terrible time to concede, but I thought their front three, particularly the first half, really gave us a difficult time. What did you make of our performance, particularly in the first half to start with?
I thought the first 30 minutes were horrific. Horrific defensively, horrific in the midfield, horrific in the attack. We're pressing.
Don't mince your words.
I'm fuming because how can 3 centre-backs get out-muscled by 3 shorter strikers? They weren't even jumping to win a header. They were just jumping to clatter into our defenders. They weren't even going football half at time, and the referee were letting it happen. And then their defenders were ripping the shirt off Cosgrove in the second half. Jeez, I don't know how he kept his shirt on. The refereeing performance was diabolical. It is the worst I have ever seen. And I would say the big C word, corrupt. But
it's a family show.
Yeah, but that referee was just pulling us. The first half they went 1-0 up. He never once spoke to their goalkeeper about hurrying up. He let them take as long as they wanted. As soon as we went 2-1 up, he was standing on the goalkeeper's line. Going, come on, Roberts.
Even when he ran for the ball.
He was making him sprint for the ball and sprint back to the line. It was an absolute joke. That third goal I've heard was offside, so fair dues. But I must give it to our lads, in the second half we improved. We started getting a bit more physical against their guys. I think Collins probably had something to do with that in the second half. At times today, watching that game, when you saw Connell, Herbie Kane, and Styles on that left-hand side,
they had a little
linking them triangles up, were tearing their midfield apart. They couldn't get close to them. But yet again, our right-hand side has been shocking.
The Andy right-hand side.
Yeah,
we know about that right-hand side.
The right-hand side has been absolutely shocking yet again for another game. It needs sorting out in January. Williams, I love him as a guy. I think he's a fabulous player. But I think he needs some time out of the team because he's getting a lot of stick as soon as he makes a mistake because they're happening so often.
Yeah.
I think it's time for Lopati to be given an opportunity, and Williams, get him at right wing back or don't put him at right centre back again because he's getting bossed in the air, and every mistake the fans are jumping on him now, and that's not going to end well.
Yeah, I would agree. John, welcome. So we made quite a lot of change the second half, a lot of subs. What do you think did you think they made a big difference? Do you think that had an impact on the game? How do you think the second half went?
I think the performance was poor in the first half. I think listening to my dad for the first 30 minutes, honestly, I was saying, cheer up, it's Christmas. What's up with you? Just honestly, every single thing is just it's so negative. But he had a point, I suppose. I think when we came out for the second half, we looked better. I think they still wanted it a bit more than us, and I think they were coming through us at times in the second half where I think we needed to stand up to them a bit more in midfield and up front. The ball needs to stick up front. I think Cadden was a bit of a steadying influence when he came on. When Styles thought he'd come off, we were like, why is he taking Styles off? What's he doing? And obviously, he wasn't actually taking Styles off. I think maybe I like Barry Cotter because I love him getting older at ball. I'm like, go on, Bazza, run at him. But it's not working. He's losing the ball in the last 30 seconds and you're thinking, please just don't. And you just know he's going to get tackled and you know they're going to get another chance. He's a young lad, and I think sometimes at the end we could have killed that game a bit more, and we didn't kill it. And we got away with it in the end. Who else came on? So I think, so Russell.
Cosgrove.
Russell did all right. Cosgrove, I don't know what, the referee just had something against him. Like you were saying. I don't know what he had to do to win a free kick.
Kiefer Moore vibes from a few years ago when he kept getting fouled.
Jallo.
Yeah, Jallo. Well, Jallo, I'd love to see him squaring that. I thought Cosgrove had actually skied it, but because a lot of times you see players second them on and scoring when you're thinking just square it and you can score.
Pass. Yeah, mature pass.
So and if you were offside, it were offside. But I thought they'd kicked off, and I'm thinking, why have they kicked off when we're still celebrating up there? And there's only someone next to us said, "Oh, it's been disallowed." I'm like, "That's it." So yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So we're going to swiftly jump to Port Vale.
No, before I do that,
all right.
just to give the referee some advice,
look
at the rules on where to do a drop ball. If you stop the play and do a drop ball, be right with it because it weren't fair on Stevenage. Stevenage came and I thought they played pretty decently. I could see why they're up there. They want it, they get stuck in. But, they were upset about a drop ball to our goalkeeper, and rightly so, because that
happened to us a few games ago.
It has happened, but that's just not.
It's just
just not right.
I'm sure they're watching the ref and we'll heed your advice.
And finally, I would also say, I'm happy because I predicted 2-1. Craig's unhappy because he predicted 3-1. Little George Webster, Little Al, he'll be thrilled it were disallowed because he's top of the mini competition.
He's flying.
And he predicted 2-1. So not only is he top of that, he's 1 point now behind Tony Carlson in the season competition because Tony predicted 2-0. So Little George is flying. Somebody somewhere has got to sort this out because he's 10. We can't be worse than a 10-year-old at predicting. So come on, folks. Sort it out for Boxing Day. Come on.
And linked to that, if we just quickly do a very quick preview because it's getting cold. Port Vale, obviously you did a bit of an away end which will shoot live out on Christmas Eve, am I right?
Yeah, a bit of a light-hearted away end. We recorded it on. I got a bit confused in life because recorded it on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. We're slightly delayed with it, so our show that we did at 7 o'clock for the preview for today's match, we did straight after. So I had to check myself to see which team I was talking about when I was talking about it. Bit of light-hearted with Kirsty from a wonderful podcast, Port Vale podcast called Ale and the Vale. Although
my favourite name.
A little spoiler is that Kirsty prefers to call it Tia Maria and the Vale. I thought, why aren't they calling it Port and the Vale? But what do I know?
Play on words.
So it might have just 7-0 might have come up a few times.
Just a few.
It might have come up a few times. So that's
any spoilers? Anything you can give us about Port Vale?
Well, they'll all go down in penalty area.
Right.
No, not at all. They are desperate. The one thing they're desperate, their top scorer, as a midfield player. He's playing up front as a midfield player. Kirsty's saying very clearly the thing they need. We keep saying we need a centre half. They're saying very, very clearly the thing they need 1st of January as a striker, because they're playing midfield players up front. They, according to her, they haven't got a striker. It's worth the watching. It's a good. She's good. She's really good. She's a good insight. It drops about, I think it's about midnight tomorrow. So
Good.
Really,
Bit of festive
Christmas Eve.
enjoyment there, then, yeah.
It should be. Even if you're not bothered, it's worth looking at, subscribing. It's worth a laugh. There's some humour in it, especially 7-0 humour.
Right, Craig. So Port Vale away, Boxing Day. Bearing now that we've just beat a top, I'm going to say it again, we've beat a top 6 side at home. Now we're playing, I think, the 16th 1-1 draw today away at Wickham. From what I've gathered, they're not happy with their manager. That's all really I know. What do you think, Boxing Day?
Well, I think it's going to. I think we're going to win first off. Not because of the 7-0.
Don't give your score away yet.
Not because of the 7-0 result. Because I think it'll be. I think it'll be a lot tighter because I think we were flattered in that first game, that 7-0.
Yeah.
I thought in the first 20 minutes they played better than we did, and then we just completely run over them when we started scoring. And Devante Cole were having a career best performance, which we haven't seen the likes of since. He's popped up with the odd goal, but he really performed well that game. No, but I know it's going to be a season of good cheer because it's going to be nice to win around Christmas. You know, we've won this game as hard as it was. It'll be nice to get no but wins until we face Peterborough, which is the one I'm really a little bit on edge about.
So that's positive, another win coming our way. John, what do you think? So if you can give me your man of the match for today, followed by your Port Vale prediction for Boxing Day, please.
McAtee, I think. Great for the goal for one thing, but he puts himself about. He runs a lot. I know that means a lot to Barnsley fans to see players putting the effort in.
Work ethic.
But I'm not saying everything came off for him, but same with Herbie Kane as well. I think Herbie, it wasn't his best day today. He had a lot of the ball. It didn't come off for him, but then obviously he's driven forward and scored that. Slightly epoxy, but
They all count.
that's it. So man of the match, McAtee. Oh, and prediction. We're away from home, so 2-0 to Barnsley.
Awesome. Craig, go, man of the match today and prediction for Port Vale.
It's got to be Luke O'Connell. I think that tackle when he got a yellow card really went through our team because after that we really started playing.
Really went through their midfielder as well.
Yeah. Oh, he cleaned him out. He really cleaned him out, which is great to see. We love that here at Barnsley. But for Port Vale, I'll go 3-0.
To us.
Yes, to us, of course.
Of course. Andy?
Wow. Well, I was going to say, to be honest, I was going to say Big Sam Cosgrove to start with because when he came on, and I know, I thought referee might book him for taking his shirt off because they were pulling it off him that much. Because as soon as Sam came on, we started fighting for it and battling for it. And that, for me, it's no coincidence that he comes on and all of a sudden, including such as Devante, start fighting football. So that was good. But the great soprendo, isn't it? It's got to be John McAtee with an absolute bit of magic, bit of Christmas magic. Miracle on Oakwell. Miracle on Grove Street.
I mean, any more films you can get in, or pantomime titles, or anything else you can throw in?
Well, Charlie Caroli defending for staff a lot better at second half.
Okay, great.
A lot better at second half. Franz Beckenbauer at second half, but Charlie keeps putting an appearance in it for
You'll have
first
to be
5
of an
minutes.
age to understand both of those.
Yeah. 2-1 to Barnsley against Port Vale, and that's what I said on the show. I didn't say 7-0 on the
Not doing
the
a
away
Smithy,
end.
no?
I said 2-1. She said 1-1. Kirsty said 1-1, by the way.
Not
She's
doing,
that
not doing a
confident.
Smithy and changing your mind?
Pardon?
Not doing a Smithy and changing your mind?
I'm not changing my mind like Smithy.
If he's going to go Miracle on Grove Street, I think we're going to leave Port Vale home alone.
Oh, they just keep coming. All right, and on that note, I'm going to finish with Luke O'Connell as man of the match, purely because I do actually love him. So, and that's that. There's nothing else to say on that one.
Can I say one final thing?
Of course.
You've hosted one show, one instant reaction show before today,
Yeah.
and you've started wearing shades already. It's dark,
I'm a
you're wearing
celebrity.
shades.
It's clearly I'm a celebrity.
She's a rock star.
You're a celebrity.
Yeah.
You're a celebrity. That's it. Get me
Get
out
me
of
out
here.
of here.
Get me out of here.
And on that note, thank you very much for watching, subscribing, commenting, liking, doing all that you've done so far this season. We really appreciate it. Continue to do so. And from all of us, a very, very Merry Christmas. And we'll see you again on New Year's Day. And for now, you Reds!